Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good, and for once in my life, and especially as it pertains to Lightspeed bundles, I got something right. These things have been completely unpredictable along the way. It's been really difficult to know when they're coming out, what they're going to be releasing. We've made a lot of predictions, a lot of incorrect predictions along the way. But I've been saying for quite some time that I think here at the end of the year, 2024, and maybe even into the beginning of 2025, they're going to be dropping these Lightspeed bundles on repeat. They're going to throw out the same Lightspeed bundles that previously had existed, and we've seen that begin to happen here in the last few days. We got the new Chewbacca Bundle, but we've also gotten the Rey bundles re-released. We have gotten the Nightsisters re-released. We've gotten, I can't even keep track of all of it. So, under the assumption that all Lightspeed bundles will be re-released here at the end of the year, I want to talk about which Lightspeed bundles you should be buying for your roster. Now, of course, I don't know your roster. We do lots of roster reviews. People ask questions. I can let you know. So I can't say, buy this one, don't buy this one, because everybody's situation is a little bit different. What I can do is I can discuss the benefits, detriments, happy thoughts, bad thoughts, mediocre thoughts, indifferent thoughts, cost thoughts, all my thoughts on Lightspeed bundles, going piece by piece by piece. Gonna take my time, not really gonna rush through this. We're gonna talk about every single Lightspeed bundle that has been issued since the beginning, last year about 13 months ago when we all got so excited, and the BB-8 bundle dropped right here in front of, this way. The BB-8 bundle dropped right here in front of us, and it was 15 bucks. 15 bucks, and we said, you can get Supreme Leader Kylo Ren for 15 bucks? Well, not exactly. Not exactly. You don't get Veteran Smuggler Han, and you don't get the ships for the Finalizer in this bundle. So, we're going to talk about it in a minute because all that stuff came out later in a bundle. So, generally speaking, if you see the BB-8 bundle, it's probably best not to buy it unless you're also purchasing Veteran Smuggler Han with the Resistance bundle. As far as the usefulness of this bundle, it gets you a great amount of the way to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. You get all of the First Order characters required. You do have to add a couple relic levels to Kylo Ren Unmasked and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren up there. They got to go to Relic 7. Everybody else is fine. A few notes: you're not going to get a lot of extra teams out of this bundle. You will get the characters that go along with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren in his team. Generally speaking, Hux, Sith Trooper, Kylo Ren Unmasked, and a switch between the guys directly above me. They used to go, oh, look, I got my fingers going up here. That's what she said. Anyway, First Order Officer, you guys, there's a religious cult following First Order Officer, and First Order Stormtrooper. I gotta get my fingers figured out. Stop. Anyway, you won't get a lot of extra teams. There is an Omicron for First Order TIE Pilot. There's an Omicron for Phasma. The Phasma one is probably more valuable. The Omicron for First Order TIE Pilot, I don't find does a lot of good. In the situation where your opponent is out of teams, or maybe you get this early game, yeah, maybe you could do some good with the First Order TIE Pilot Omicron. It looks sexier than it ends up actually being in reality. So, but the Phasma one we used for a long time in Territory Wars in my guild till we got up to about the 300 million mark, then we just stopped using it. But yeah, that's kind of the deal with this Lightspeed bundle. It's lacking Veteran Smuggler Han and the ships, but it's a really good bundle. And by the way, I'm going to say for every single Lightspeed bundle we're going to look at, the value you get for whatever they cost is tremendous. 15 bucks up to 50 bucks. The value you get on every Lightspeed bundle is tremendous. And if you want to go see a math breakdown of it, you go watch Calvin Awesome. He does a breakdown of math of every single one of these things and does a really good job. So there are my thoughts on the First Order Lightspeed bundle. It's not the First Order. It's the BB-8 Lightspeed bundle. That was the very first one that was issued. Next, we got the Jedi Training Rey bundle. And by the way, next, these first 5 bundles, I think it's 5, all came out together and at the same time. So when I say next, you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, let's look at this one next. So this is a Jedi Training Rey bundle. And when I mentioned Veteran Smuggler Han, there he is. So if you bought the Jedi Training Rey bundle, you could then buy the BB-8 bundle, and you kind of get mix and match of value there. I actually think that might be a better way to do it, because I think that the First Order bundle, which we'll look at here in a minute, is actually 20 bucks for one extra character. We'll take a look shortly. We'll find out. But I think this is a better way to do it. You get all the characters required for Jedi Training Rey, and then Veteran Smuggler Han is required for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and of course the other ones are required for Galactic Legend Rey. What are some other benefits of this team? You've seen me use, by the way, these are old pictures. Giant Forehead Rey is what we used to call her. Scavenger Rey was Giant Forehead Rey for a long, long time. They've got it fixed now with the new PFPs, but you know, it is what it is. There she is, Giant Forehead Rey. That's Scavenger Rey over there. Scavenger Rey, I use a lot in a Starkiller team as my light side unaligned force user. And when I look at the numbers, I don't think the results are all that different from having Visas Mar out there. We can look a little more closely at it. I will look a little more closely at it. Finn becomes the great leader. If you have a Zori Bliss team, it becomes a really great team in Grand Arena. And then the vets don't go anywhere. They don't do anything for you other than that serve as requirements for this farm. They're just crap characters, and unfortunately, they don't fit on any teams at this given moment. That gets you Jedi Training Rey. By the way, Jedi Training Rey is required not only for Galactic Legend Rey, she's also required for Jedi Master Luke, and I forget that all the time. I mean, I literally forget that all the time. So if you're looking to get Jedi Master Luke, this is a great bundle to gird your loins with, so to speak. Then also came the Raddus Bundle for $19.99. There we have, again, you're going to see a couple repeats. There's going to be a lot of these bundles that have repeat characters. Giant Forehead Rey and Finn are in here. That's Scavenger Rey. You also get all of the crew members or pilots for the ships that you need to get the Raddus unlock. And that's going to be Resistance Pilot, Poe for Poe Dameron's X-Wing, Resistance Pilot for Resistance X-Wing, Bosk for the Houndstooth. I'm going to say one thing here, and I won't say it again because it's going to come up more than once. Just getting the Houndstooth, just getting Bosk at Relic 5 and the Houndstooth at 7-star, people would have bought that all day long for 20 bucks. I still remain shocked that they did these bundles the way they did them. And I know it was a catch-up mechanic, but if they just started off slower, and I'm sorry, Capital Games, you could have made more money off this, but if they just started off slower with just Bosk and the Houndstooth, Relic 5, and 7-star at $19.99, they could have sold a truckload of those and then layer this in later. So you get Carthonasi T3, you get Ahsoka, Lando, and L3. Now, as far as where these teams fit, again, the Houndstooth and Bosk fits all over the place. It's the best, still today, the best tank ship in the game and the most flexible one. It goes on the Executor when you get the Executor, but before that, it can go in any fleet you got going and do great for you. Carthonasi's ship can go in an Executor fleet and do some work in a mirror match, although I'm not sure it's doing that much anymore with the Punishing One coming out. The Resistance Pilot, Poe Dameron, Rey's Millennium Falcon, Giant Forehead Rey's Millennium Falcon. Those aren't great ships. They're just okay ships. The Raddus is an okay capital ship, even with the comeuppance coming off the bench. That makes it better, but it's just not good enough. L3 and Lando. Lando's Millennium Falcon is not even mediocre. It's just one of the worst ships in the game. It really stinks. It was a lot of fun when it first came out. L3 does fit into a nice scoundrel team under Dash Rendar, or L3 can even go on a Galactic Legend Rey team as a pre-taunt tank. So L3 has some uses, kind of a plug-and-play tank in the game. Young Lando does not have uses in the game. Carthonasi and T3, other than going after Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Malak, do not have any use in the game. Ahsoka, Ahsoka snips all over the place, man. She's gonna be out there in your Galactic Republic fleets. She's gonna be out there on a Padme team. She is required to get gas unlocked. Am I thinking right there? Yeah, snips, Padme. Yeah. So Ahsoka's gonna be all over the place. Really great. And again, this one, $19.99. It's a great value. Now, somewhere along the way, when these Rey bundles came out, there was this mindset that came out that, oh, you can get Rey for 10 bucks. No. We just saw all these bundles back to back to back, and when we look at the prices of them, I'm going to pull them all up here again. It was, the prices of all these bundles was $9.99, $19.99, and $9.99. And by the way, I didn't put the Raddus Bundle ships. With the Raddus Bundle, by the way, I should have put this out there. You get all the ships that go along with these guys too. I don't have a picture of that. That's a fail on me. So it was 40 bucks to get all the stuff you needed to unlock Rey, and you can unlock Jedi Training Rey. Although if you count getting the First Order characters to unlock BB-8, and you paid 10 bucks for that, well, that was 50 bucks to get as you get all the requirements to raise. So they called this a BB-8 bundle. You didn't need all this to get BB-8. You just needed 5 for, I think it was just 5, any 5 first order characters. It's been a minute since I did that event, and it's not hard to get. You can get them at like gear 7 or 8 and get that event done. But regardless, you could have bought this bundle. 40 to 50 bucks is what it costs you to get Rey in the game with all the different bundles and requirements. So this bundle's kind of got all the extra ones thrown in. Resistance Pilot. If you didn't buy the Raddus Bundle, it's got, Resistance Trooper, then the Pilot and Poe Dameron in there. Resistance Hero Finn, Resistance Hero Poe, Amilyn Holdo, and over there, Rose Tico, everybody's favorite. So I know one guy that Rose Tico is his favorite character. Hey, we've all got our things, man. It's a big tent community. So this bundle, there's not a lot of use for this bundle outside of farming Galactic Legend Rey. The heroes, Poe and Finn, do have some use on teams. Even OG Poe over there as a tank on some teams. I even like Resistance Trooper still as just a guy to feed turn meter on those teams as well. So anyway, well, that might just be under a Jedi training Rey lead now. No, it feeds his own turn meter. When he does a basic on somebody that has exposed, I think he gains 50% turn meter, something like that. So anyway, the two best heroes here would be these two, followed by Holdo, and then Rose can go on that Zori Bliss team, and so can the heroes, but not a lot of use for this bundle outside of unlocking Galactic Legend Rey. Let's move our sights to the Starkiller Bundle. Now, this one was the expensive bundle, I'll bet. 50 bucks for the 4 Starkiller requirements. The biggest difference here between this bundle and the other ones is the price, but it's also that all of these characters require 400 Chirotechs each. So you're actually investing in 1,600 Chirotechs of value over here. Now, I know there were characters, Resistance heroes, required a bunch of Chirotechs. I think Hux required Chirotechs. If I remember right, I think that's right. I'm going to be fading a little bit. Yeah, they did. Yeah, Hux required Chirotechs, I think. Sith Troopers, so other ones. But this comes out just these 4 characters. Now, these 4 characters on their own aren't tremendous, but each of them falls into a place in the game that really gives them a lot of value. And of course, you get Starkiller unlocked. Let's start from the left to the right. Dash Rendar. Dash Rendar with the Zeta and his Omicron can lead a very effective scoundrel team in Grand Arena for you, especially early on until you get to the end game part of Grand Arena. You can use him on offense. He's got a lot of uses out there with those scoundrels. We mentioned L3 on that team, and there's other scoundrels. Equil, IG-11, L3, and you can and Vandor Chewie are some of the most common to put on that team. Vandor Chewie with Dash is actually the combination you want, because Dash is Omicron for Grand Arena. Make sure they start the game with the match with Prepared, and Vandor Chewie, whenever a scoundrel with Prepared is defeated, they revive immediately. So there you go. Dash and Vandor Chewie is an automatic combo. Other scoundrels mixed in Grand Arena. Kyle Katarn. So Kyle Katarn, I gotta point this out. Kyle Katarn mixes in with a Mon Mothma team. He's very effective in there. And early on, he was one of the counters to, like, I used to use Emphas Nest in there. He made that impossible. And now it's impossible no matter what for some reason, but whatever. So Kyle Katarn fits in that team really well. He's got his own ship. His ship doesn't really have much use in the game at all. And the ship doesn't come with the bundle either. Mara Jade just slides right into that Starkiller team, man. She goes right under a Palpatine lead. Palpatine's your leader on that Starkiller team. She just goes right in that team. She's awesome. Her and Palpatine make the turn meter go burr all the way through using Starkiller. They really make the motor of that team run. And Darth Talon is a Sith that doesn't have a lot of uses except on a Darth Traya team. You put Darth Talon on a Darth Traya team. And you got the Omicron on Darth Traya, Omicron on Savage. Darth Talon ends up kind of holding that spot, doing a lot of stealthing, and eventually coming out with big damage at the end of the battle. It takes a while for her to ramp up, but she eventually does some big damage on that team. Otherwise, it's really those are the places they fit. There are very specific places for these characters. And if they're not in those specific places, they don't really go to a lot of other places. Kyle Katarn could be a plug-and-play Jedi on some other, like, Jedi Master Luke teams and stuff, and you could probably plug Talon in, but they really, they fit in the spots we just mentioned. That's where they go. 50 bucks, but you get a lot of Chirotechs, and you get Starkiller. Starkiller is a Galactic Legend killer, folks. I use them all the time to do that, so there you go. After that was our first round. Those previous bundles, that wrapped up our first round of bundles. And boy, this one I should have expanded this. Hold on. We're not. Wait, can I make this a little bigger? I want to make this a little bigger. Transform. Fit the screen. Sorry about this. I get to watch the donuts get made here. Fit the screen. Thank you. I don't know why I didn't do that the first time. Oh, it's because here. I know why. So some of these I took screenshots of on my BlueStacks back when I was using BlueStacks, and then some of them they were released as the game went on and more of these came out. The images came out in the SWGOH event server. Anyway, this is the Djarin Lightspeed Bundle. This came out with the sole express purpose of unlocking Beskar Mando. Bam. And again, Cara Dune goes on a Mon Mothma team. Greef and Mando go under a boss lead. They do really great there, great work there. Cleanup crew for Galactic Legends. They can do a lot of work there. And then IG-11 and Queel can go on a Dash Rendar team or just serve as kind of tanky, healy, stunny, shocky scoundrels in the game. So, but you get Beskar Mando out of this. And this kind of went along with the Finalizer Bundle that also came out. We'll talk about how Beskar Mando, whose Razor Crest is a requirement for Executor, goes along with the Finalizer Bundle that comes out here shortly. So this is for $20. Again, all these are going to be a really good. There is not one of these that's not a good value in the game if you got the money to spend. So this is Beskar Mando. Again, you know, you can combine this with other teams. Probably the most use people get out of this is Mando and Greef Karga under a boss lead, because the Mon Mothma teams and the Dash Rendar teams are a little more situational. Not everybody has those teams, self included. I would, but I don't have the Omicrons and Zetas to spend on Dash Rendar, unfortunately, or Mon Mothma. If I had Zetas to spend on Mon Mothma, I'd put them on her. So next came the Shadows of the Empire Bundle. Now this one, if you want to look at value in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, this one it's up there at $9.99. This Lightspeed Bundle has a tremendous amount of value, because not only do you get the characters in this bundle, and I do have this screenshot or this shot, you get the ships. You get the Ghost, the Phantom, and both X-Wings. Those aren't amazing ships, I grant you, but they will help you unlock the Chimera if you need to do that. They will also can go into, Biggs especially goes into a Profundity fleet later on. Phantom and Ghost can come out too, but mainly Biggs. And yeah, there's not a lot of stuff across that top row. The top row is mostly just requirements for farming. Old Ben, by the way, goes in my Starkiller team as my Jedi, so there you go. Farm Boy Luke, meh. Lando, meh. Princess Leia, meh. Akbar, meh. Biggs and Wedge, meh, meh. A lot of meh characters up there, right? But they're required for Commander Luke Skywalker. They're required for Jedi Master Luke. They're required for Leia Organa. And Jedi Knight Luke is where you get all those. These characters are already end up being required for those farms. So that's where they fit in. Those aren't great characters to use in the game, aside from Old Ben and a Starkiller team. But they are, you get them relicked as required. And this is why if you farm Jedi Knight Luke in the game and you buy the Shadows of the Empire bundle, which is out right now, I gave 20 of these away the other night, along with my community that helped me out a lot. It wasn't just me, my community pitched in a bunch to get this done. Actually, 15 of the 20 were gifted by people on stream. So, but those are requirements, and it makes it so if you farm Jedi Knight Luke, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Jedi Master Luke. All you need to go do is Relic R2, Relic Mon Mothma, get the Y-Wing to 6 stars and get Jedi Training Rate. Boom, Jedi Master Luke. That's all you need. The Phoenix in here, the big deal with the Phoenix being in here is that Captain Rex had transformed the Phoenix by this time, and that's what makes the Phoenix so good in here, because people, I ran to a lot of people when this thing came out. They bought the bundle and then they sat on Captain Rex, because Captain Rex was a single shard farm at the time. Now he's a double shard farm. If you buy this bundle, get your farming, get your sharding in action. Shard Captain Rex all day long. Geez, 7 stars, get him relicked, get your endgame Phoenix team. This bundle had a lot of value, excuse me, especially with the ships being in there. I really love that bundle. Now, that's what we're talking about right now. The Supreme Leader Bundle that we mentioned earlier. Now, this was only $9.99. I was wrong. I was totally wrong. This is way more valuable than the never buy the BB-8 bundle. Never, ever, ever. I've seen it re-released. This bundle came out in December, and then in March, they re-released the BB-8 bundle. Never, ever, ever buy the BB-8 bundle. Buy this one. $9.99, folks. Wouldn't you rather do 9? My finger stops. So, wouldn't you rather buy this for $9.99 than not have Veteran Smuggler Han for $15.99? There you go. We already kind of went over this. It's the same bundle. Veteran Smuggler Han really doesn't really fit anywhere in the game. The Finalizer Bundle. This is a giant stinking deal. I want to make this clear. This is not just a Finalizer Bundle, and I'm going to pull up another bundle behind it here for you, and we're going to talk about this. They're both $19.99. Yes, all the ships you need for Finalizer are in this bundle, and all the characters you need for Finalizer are in this bundle. There's some overlap with your First Order characters, but you also get Vader. There's some overlap with the Houndstooth and Boss there, but you get them, you get Boba Fett, you get Cad Bane. You need all those characters and ships to get the Finalizer unlocked. But guess what, folks? You know what I'm going to say here. You need Bosk, and you need the Slave One to unlock the Executor. You need Cad Bane in that fleet to make the Executor really work. This is and you need the TIE Advanced in there too, actually. You need the TIE Advanced in there. This is like a 50% Executor bundle. This is a 50% Executor bundle. And when you take a look at the Beskar Mando bundle, because you need to get the Razor Crest, you've already farmed the Razor Crest in the Fleet Arena store, you get BAM unlocked, you get Beskar Mando into your team, you need to have Beskar Mando flying your Razor Crest for it to work. So, this bundle, Din Djarin, combined with the Finalizer bundle, is a 50% Executor bundle. If you are farming the Executor as your first big fleet in the game, which you should do it, Crystals and Fleet Arena, this bundle will get you 50% of the way there. You will never regret buying this bundle and that Beskar Mando bundle right alongside it. So Finalizer Bundle, love it, man. It not only gets you Finalizer, gets you halfway to Executor, and we all love the Executor. There's those characters again. We pulled them up again. All right, now we get into the stuff that was released this came out in May. These next few here came out in May, and a lot of them came out in May. This is a 3PO bundle. This one gets you a C-3PO. It's got all these Ewoks up here, Relic 3. You'll unlock 3PO with these guys. You probably don't need any Zetas. You just need medium mods. It's just going to work. They're Relic. They'll get it done, okay? But more than that, you need to have Wicket and Chief Chirpa at Relic... Was it Relic 3 or Relic 5? I don't remember. Relic 3 or Relic 5 for Leia Organa. Galactic Legend Leia Organa. Kneecap Princess Nisa at Relic 7. I think these two are Relic 3. But regardless, this gets you 2 of the Ewoks that you need for the Leia Organa farm later on. And that's a big deal, and it's meaningful. So keep that in mind if you're looking at this 3PO bundle. It's called the 3PO bundle, but it gets you a chunk of change that you need to get yourself Leia Organa if you don't have the Ewoks. Is this one worth it? I don't know. The Ewoks aren't all that hard to farm. The Ewoks are not a great team. They are not an effective Grand Arena team. Do not use the Omicron and Chirpa. So many people that had accounts at the time when that came out thought it was going to be awesome. It is not. These guys are Wampa food. These guys are food for almost any other team in Grand Arena. The only place the Ewoks are difficult is in Conquest and Galactic Challenges when they stun you if you attack on a turn. So, Ewoks, not that exciting. Nisa makes them a little bit better. They can be used to clean up stuff. They can clean up like Galactic Legends or Darth Malak. They can actually do a pretty good job of that. But you could get 2 requirements for Galactic Legend Leia Organa. And that's kind of the big part there, along with getting the requirements for 3PO. Although you don't need Relic Ewoks to unlock 3PO. If you have any decent kind of mods, we will be play-testing that here on the channel in the upcoming months on my Nooch Vader free-to-play account. We're going to min-max that 3PO event with Nisa in the lineup. All right, next we get to the Nightsisters. This is I really like this bundle a lot. Now, you get Mother Talzin, Daka, Spirit, Zombie, Asajj Ventress. You get the team. This team, if you don't do anything else with this team, it will get you through Challenge Tier 1 of the Secrets and Shadows Assault Battle. Now, a Phoenix team with Captain Rex will do the same thing, but probably not at 3 stars. This team can do it at 3 stars, even without Zetas. The team as it is, you just go Mother Talzin, Daka, Asajj, Zombie, and probably Talia, and you'll get through Challenge Tier 1. No Zetas, just decent mods, and etc. Now, it feeds into here, if you go and farm Marin and then get her Relic as well, you get some really good mods on old Daka, get her up to like Relic 7 at least, get these guys Relic 5, apply the Zetas, then you can get through Challenge Tier 2 and even Challenge Tier 3, which I've done recently here on the channel. So that's where these guys really fit. They aren't really required for any of the other farms at this point. I don't know. They do make a decent Grand Arena team. Asajj has a Grand Arena Omicron, which is okay. It's down on the list of Omicrons you want to be applying, though, early in the game. But the Nightsisters can cause problems for early game opponents and really confuse some people. And they can do some really nice stuff on offense. They beat that Finn Zori Bliss team pretty handily. And they've even been known to tackle a Jabba team from now to then. So You gotta have Marin. You gotta have Marin for that part. Just be aware, Marin is needed for these Grand Arena conversations I just had, but it's a decent team. No real farming benefits other than Secrets and Shadows and Marin doing you some good in Grand Arena. The Geos. Oh, the Geos. Again, guys, $15. It's getting a little bit more expensive. The value here is beyond belief. So, the Geos. I still, to this day, I count the Geos as one of the first 4 teams you should farm in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, because you need a Geo team to get into a Geo Territory Battle Guild to get your Wat Tambor shards to get Wat Tambor up to 7 stars. It's the only way, other than taking forever with get 3 currency from Rote, the Rote Territory Battle, or I think you could buy Wat shards or use crystals at some. I don't know how that works exactly, but really the best way to do it is just to get into a Geo Territory Battle Guild until you get Wat Tambor unlocked, and by then your guild will probably turn its sights over to Rise of the Empire Territory battles. But other than that, the Geos are an amazing early rounds of Grand Arena, especially in Carbonite. They do amazing work. They're the most often used team in those early rounds. You'll need Geobrute Alpha. Again, I know these are all old pictures, by the way, but it is what it is. The Geobrute Alpha, you'll need the Queen's Will Zeta on Geobrute Alpha. You don't need the other one. And they just, not only will they do a great job for you in early rounds of Grand Arena, later in Grand Arena you can use them as a cleanup, or they can beat a lot of teams. You save them for offense, use them that way. And they also pilot ships. We know that Geo Soldier, Geo Spy, and Sunfac are ship pilots for your Malevolence fleet or your Geo ships. And who doesn't want relic characters there? Plus, you put an Omicron on Poggle, and boom, you've got a really, really good Territory Wars team right here. Poggle's Omicron basically makes these guys twice as hard to kill. They come back and do it again, and there's more than that to it. But got a great team. I love this one. They have a lot of usages. Territory Wars with the Omicron, and just using in general in Grand Arena, especially early on defense and later on offense, and also with their ships. Very, very versatile team here to get with your Lightspeed Bundle. Then we talk about the General Skywalker Lightspeed Bundle. You know, I mentioned earlier that the Shadows of the Empire Bundle was really super valuable because it was $9.99. I know this one's $49.99. The value here is pretty much off the charts. Not just because of this, but because of this. This is included. This isn't another bundle for $50. This is included. It's a 7-star negotiator. I can't remember if you get all of the abilities maxed or you get them at tier 7. You got to take one more tier and all the abilities. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. You get Anakin Star. If you get this available to you and you just hit level 85, you will be at the top of your fleet arena for the next 6 months. I'm just telling you. Just let you know that. Just FYI. Just FYI. This not only that, it gives you all the requirements for gas, it gives you all the pilots of the ships. So, was it all the requirements for gas? Padme's not in here, but we could talk about that in a second. We will talk about that in a second. You get GK, you get Ahsoka, you get Shakti. Those 3 are required to unlock gas. You also need 3PO, but we saw the 3PO bundle earlier. You also need Padme. You're about to see the Padme bundle with a lot. Want to talk about overlap? There's your overlap. You'll see in a second. Then you get the Separatists here, Asajj, and the droids that are required for the gas unlock. I took this along with the characters I had. I didn't put one Zeta on those Separatist droids. I did put some good mods on them, and I did first try unlock gas. It's on the channel. Go check it out. You can unlock gas with no Zetas required. It can be done. This, I believe this will be released soon. There is no end to the value of this Lightspeed bundle. The Negotiator, and you go farming the Marauder. I know the Punishing one came out, it counters it. The Marauder is worth way more than that. I mean, this is a great fleet still today. It's the number 4 fleet in the game, even just as it sits right there. Yeah, I mean, you got to get the Galactic Republic Y-Wing, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. This bundle, the value goes on for days. Now let's talk about the Padme bundle next, because we can't talk about the gas bundle without the Padme bundle. Half the price, but look at the overlap. Asajj and all the droids. There's only 3 extra characters in here. It's going to be Nute Gunray, Count Dooku, and Jango Fett. Now, here's a couple of notes. Jango Fett is required... we'll talk about it here. Jango Fett's required for Jedi Master Kenobi. The Magna Guard is required for Jedi Master Kenobi. What else is in here? Count Dooku is required for Sith Eternal Emperor. So there are some farming things in here, especially those 3 extra characters we talked about. But if you don't want to pay 25 bucks for just those 3 characters, Nute Gunray, Count Dooku, and Jango Fett, they only require 100 Kyrotechs each, so keep that in mind. That's really something to really think about here. When you get farms in these Lightspeed bundles for characters that don't need 400 Kyrotechs or older characters in the game, it's a little bit less value. And I'm not, you know, it still is worth it. I'm just letting you know it's less value there. So for me, I ended up buying the gas bundle, and I did not buy, wait, did I buy the gas bundle? I did buy the gas bundle. Or did I buy the Padme bundle? I think I bought the Padme bundle. Actually, I did buy the Padme bundle because I already had a Negotiator. I already had most of these characters at Relic. I didn't have Plo Koon at Relic, but I didn't have the Clone Sergeant. By the way, Clone Sergeant and Shaak Ti and General Kenobi, those are all required for Jedi Master Kenobi as well. So there's some Jedi Master Kenobi overlap going on here. For Lord Vader, I don't see it. I don't think there's any Lord Vader requirements in there. Anyway, Gas Bundle, Padme Bundle, a lot of overlap. If you need those 3 characters, the Padme Bundle will still be worth it for you. All right, moving on to the Lightspeed bundles that started to come out in June, July, and August. The Jedi Allies Lightspeed Bundle. This was issued specifically for purposes of the Naboo raid, which everybody loves and embraces wholeheartedly. Wait, nudge, know what I mean? Know what I mean? Qui-Gon is required for Jedi Master Kenobi. Plo Koon, of course, we've already seen in the gas bundle, but he will give you that. He'll help you out with that ship. Luminar Unduli, Koth, and Kit Fisto are pretty much just raid care. This is just mainly a Naboo raid kind of bundle. Although Qui-Gon, if you put the Omicron on him, you get him out there with Anakin. Even with this team, you put the Omicron on him, they got to deal with this team. Now there's a Plo Koon and an Koth Datacron. You get those, turn this into something special. So Qui-Gon's a great character in the game. Required for Jedi Master Kenobi. With his Omicron, he's a great grinder and a character. The other ones are just there for the raid. And, well, Plo Koon has a ship. We've already seen that. And this is really strictly a raid bundle. I'm not sure if this comes out today, if you should purchase it, because we're looking at a new raid. Yeah, we still probably got 3 or 4 months in this raid, so it still might be worth it today for this Qui-Gon bundle. But that was the main use of this bundle, was for the Naboo raid. Next came out Ki-Adi-Mundi, and this is where our pictures start to get a little bit smaller, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but they did. So it is what it is. Could I have like done something here? I could stretch it out, whatever. Ki-Adi-Mundi. It is 20 bucks. It's $18.99. I took a screenshot off the whatever. Or maybe I don't know where I got it. Anyway, the Ki-Adi-Mundi Lightspeed Bundle. 1 character, 20 bucks. Totally worth it. totally worth it. Now, is Ki-Adi-Mundi like a game-breaking character in Galaxy of Heroes? No. Is he a positive impact on the Galactic Republic Jedi team? Yeah, absolutely. He goes on a Keller and Beck team. He's more of an end-game character in the game. With that said, the only way previously to unlock Ki-Adi-Mundi was in light side territory battles. And everybody had stopped playing light side Geonosis territory battles, what I should have said. Let me tell you, for those of you who've never experienced light side Geonosis territory battles, congratulations. It was a torture fest. You could take your Relic CLS, you could take CLS there, Relic 7, wiped out in a few seconds. They made that thing so crazy, so specific for certain teams, so difficult. And then when Rogue came out, you're getting the same rewards for doing less work, and everybody stopped playing light side Geo territory battles. The only reason people were still doing it was for Ki-Adi-Mundi. So when they released this, the entire goal was to give people low-hanging fruit, pay us 20 bucks, get Ki-Adi-Mundi, stop worrying about light side Geo territory battles. I'd love to hear if your guild's still doing light side Geo territory battles. I'm so sorry. Let us know in comments if you're doing it. Even the Ki-Adi-Mundi battle in that was so RNG dependent. It was brutal. It was brutal. So Ki-Adi-Mundi specifically there for that. He's not required for any farms in the game. He is part of a Galactic Republic Jedi team in the end game. And we take a look here at the Hoth Battle of Hoth Lightspeed Bundle. This could be called the Jedi Knight Luke and Leia Organa Light Bundle. The first 3 characters there are required for Jedi Knight Luke. The first 2 characters there are required for Leia Organa. And we know that Jedi Knight Luke unlocks a world of opportunity in your Luke Skywalker farming path. which we'll be talking about even more in coming weeks. But this bundle for $23.74, by the way, Probe Droid, nobody uses Probe Droid. We find little niche uses every now and then when he explodes, but even that explosion anymore isn't all that exciting. There was a time in the game when the target locks mattered, when you were trying to counter a Revan team with an IG-88 lead and Probe Droid and Wampa, and I think Rex is on that team. I don't remember. I was one of the few that used it. Everybody just farmed Darth Revan. I just didn't want to do it because I was mad. Anyway, I don't know if I was mad. I just didn't want to do it. This bundle is just a big chunk of Jedi Knight Luke farming that you don't have to bother with because none of those characters are really readily available. If you don't do the Hoth territory battle at all, Rolo is going to be somebody you have to go farm, or you get her through the monthly Galactic Bounties events. Just not readily farmable for these guys, and this is a great way to get them done. $23.74, boom, they're finished. You move on with your life, and the only useful character in here as far as teams is going to be Wampa, who does a lot of work, even in Kyber 3. I still use her in almost every round of Grand Arena with her Omicron. She kills and kills and kills and kills. And finally, our final Lightspeed bundle that was just released, the Chewbacca Lightspeed Bundle. I do still have a voice here. Congratulations to me. The Chewbacca Lightspeed Bundle at $25. I'm just rounding up, by the way. These are the discounts you get. I can't go under. I got to go over it. These are the discounts that you get in the on the PC client or on the web store. You get 5% off. There you go. Let's talk about what these farm. So yeah, this will unlock Chewbacca. It's not really a Chewbacca Lightspeed Bundle. Let's be honest. If you don't have any requirements for Chewbacca, it can be and it'll work, right? Put out an Aura Singh lead out there with Jango Fett and Dengar. I don't know, Zam and Fennec Shand. You'll get it done because they're relic. Excuse me, I keep belching, but it won't be hard. But there are a lot of requirements for other character farms in this bundle. Aura Singh, Jabba, Cad Bane, Executor, not required, but part of it. Cad Bane, it's also required for, is it Jedi Master Kenobi or Gas, I think? Or Lord Vader? I can't remember now. I'm not remembering. Zam Wessel is required for Lord Vader, and you put an Omicron on her, she really elevates a bounty on her team as well. Dengar, Executor, now punishing one, which is wrecking everybody's world. Embo, required for Lord Vader, also fits onto a Jabba team and frees up Boba Fett to do other stuff. Fennec Shand required for Jabba, and Jango Fett required for Jedi Master Kenobi. So every single one of these characters is required in other farms and will feed your roster in a positive way for those other farms. Is there a team up here that really fits into, anything past an early game or not really? These characters will fit their way onto other teams. You'll mix and match them in different ways onto other teams in the game. Jango ends up going to a Separatist roster. Fennec Shand leads her old team against Lord Vader. Embo, like I said, goes on Jabba's team. Dengar will fit onto a Bosk team. So will Zam Wessel. Cad Bane ends up not being used by anybody anywhere except for his ship. And Aura Singh is like a niche. Go in there and finish somebody off with a big shot kind of thing. And get your contract quickly. And there you go. I can't tell you what Lightspeed bundles to buy, guys, but that's where they all fit in. These are the ways that you can spend on Lightspeed bundles to amplify your roster, to make your roster better, to give you a little more beef for some of your farms and some of your teams in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I hope this helped you out. Let me know in the comments. I am absolutely sure that there's something along the way that I forgot to mention or I missed for you guys. Please put in the comments so everybody can go read comments and you guys can all have a great conversation down there with all of your vast wells of knowledge, because I don't know everything and I can't always say everything. We're 40 minutes into this and it's just impossible. I can't say it all. Guys, I hope you have a great day. Enjoy your Lightspeed bundle shopping here at the end of the year and maybe beginning of next year. I'll for sure be giving away more Lightspeed bundles as we go on the channel. I will talk to you soon. And of course, always remember, Nooch too good.